Hello everybody and welcome to Recover. The purpose of this video is to introduce to you what Recover is, and hopefully if you're interested, you'll join the group. So what is Recover, you say? I'm glad you asked. So Recover is a group that I formed for women, and it's a place where we can all come together and self-develop. Learn the secrets the men in our lives never taught us, and the tools that the women in our life didn't tell us about men. But not only about men, it has more to do with ourselves, how we can develop into high quality women. So you say to yourself, so we need tools? We need somebody to tell us secrets? Yes, every trade has tools and every craft has secrets. And I'm here to give you the self-development tools and teach you the secrets that you always wish you knew, but for some reason this stuff is just eluding you. Some of the things that we'll be going over in Recover are self-development tools such as how to be more feminine and alluring, how to set boundaries and high standards, and overall how to position yourself to attract and meet high quality men. Why is something like Recover even needed? Well, have you ever asked yourself,
why do men play so many games? Why are these dudes such liars? What am I doing wrong in my relationships? How are these dudes just getting over on us and we don't even know what's going on? Why can't I seem to hold a relationship together? Why does the man that I have treat me like crap? This guy has been my boyfriend for quite some time. Why is he not marrying me? What is this guy code that this seems like all the men have? And why are they not sharing it with us?
Why don't women have a code? Why isn't it that we don't have a platform or a place that we can share things about ourselves that men don't know? These questions are nothing new, and neither are the answers. You just don't know them because nobody has ever taught you. But you know what? That's why I have formed Recover. I'm here, and I'm about to put y'all up on game. I'm about to give you the secrets that your daddies and the men in your life never told you. Shh. And the secrets that your mama couldn't. And when I say that, that's not to put down anybody's mothers. Oh, hold on. Don't y'all take my head off. Don't y'all take my head off. I'm not trying to put down anybody's mothers. I know that most of us have had great mothers. The mothers of yesteryear did a phenomenal job, but they were limited in their tools and their knowledge. And some of the reasons for that is because the women of yesteryear were encouraged to just get a man who would provide. So their focus was not trying to get, necessarily somebody high quality. They were not trying to get somebody necessarily who was kind. They were not always necessarily trying to get somebody who respected them. A lot of them were focused on getting a man who would provide. And what I think that did is it kind of caused women to just kind of take what they could get instead of really understanding that you could get what you want. You don't have to just take what a man gives you. On the other hand, in their defense, I think that the mothers of yesteryear, in a lot of ways, did better than what we're doing. There's a lot of things that our mothers just did not and would not have put up with. So it's us that is really taken down on our standards. So we're going to discuss some of those things. Having said that, I need to make one thing clear. This is not the gold digging class. And what I mean by that is there are a lot of relationship gurus and coaches out there that teach a lot of different things. One of the more popular topics right now is how to be a gold digger. So this is not the gold digging class. However, if you would like the gold digging class, there is a young lady by the name of Ashira. I believe it's Ashira17 or somewhere. I'll put the link. She actually teaches a class on teaching women on how to level up and get out there and get, a rich man or be a gold digger. She actually does a really great job. And I have to say, a lot of her information really works. However, this group is not necessarily to teach you how to go out and be a gold digger. This group is to teach you how to be a high quality woman so that you can attract that high quality man. So what is this high quality man you keep talking about? So to me, a high quality man is an intelligent man. A high quality man is a man who can communicate well. To me, a high quality man is a man who will respect you. High quality man is a man who will respect your boundaries. High quality man is a man who wants to see you accomplishing your goals. And high quality man is a man who will love you, support you, protect you, be with you, help you to grow, help you to blossom into the best version of yourself that you could possibly be. Basically, a high quality man is the exact opposite of a dusty. No, I didn't coin that phrase, but I know exactly what it means. And so do you. Dusties are those low quality men. Dusties are those men who really lack masculinity. Dusties can't live without the financial assistance of a woman. Dusties make children and don't take care of them. Dusties are those men who can't afford their own car, so they just drive yours. Y'all know some dusties. They're those men that will not marry you, but they keep you stringing along and they just keep you going with the hopes and the dreams and the promises, but they're not gonna marry nobody. Meanwhile, they got 3 or 4 other women that they seeing at the same time. There are so many other definitions of a dusty, but I'm sure you get the point. So we're not just talking about just getting a man. I mean, who just can't get a man? Any of us can just get a man. I mean, from the age of what, 13? All of us have probably been pursued left and right by men. I like to have me some of that. Hey girl. Hey girl, you fine. What's your phone number? Look at all that. So I think most of us have already been there and done that. So that's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about here is attracting and meeting a high quality man. But in order to meet that kind of man, you have to be a high quality woman. And these are some of the self-development tools that we will be working on here at Recover. Hold on. I realize I haven't even introduced myself, so I just then got carried away, huh? I just jumped straight into the conversation. You know, like we jump straight into these relationships. My name is Ivory, and I'm not really what you would call a relationship guru, maybe more of a coach. But I'm not someone who has figured it all out. I'm not trying to profess that I'm someone who knows everything about relationships, or that I know everything about men, or that I know everything about women for that matter. But I am someone who got married at a very early age. I got married at the age of 18 years old. What do you know at 18? You don't even know yourself at 18. So needless to say, I made a mess of that relationship. No, I knew very little. I did the best that I could. So that relationship was probably, give or take, lasted about 10 years. And after that relationship was over, I was sitting there devastated. I mean, devastated. Like, what happened? I mean, besides the obvious, what happened? I asked myself questions like, what went wrong? What didn't I know? What hadn't I learned? And I came to the realization, I didn't know anything. In life, anything that we take serious enough, we take time to learn about it. If we want to become a doctor, we take classes. You know, we get our certificates and degrees. We want to be an engineer, we do the same thing. We take some time. We'll pay money. Even if we want to be a cook, you know, we set aside some money, or we get a loan. We get in classes. We get certificates, degrees, anything that we take serious in life. Most of us, we take time to learn about it. We take time to invest and really learn. However, when it comes to relationships, how much time do we really take in learning? How much time do we really take in self-developing, or as they say, leveling up? After my relationship was over, is when I really became interested in what is it about relationships that I don't know? What is it that I need to learn? So I spent the better half of the last 20 years really learning. I've read a lot of books. I've followed a lot of coaches. I've spent hours and hours investing into myself because I knew that it was more than just looks, how cute I was or how nice I did my makeup, or as y'all say today, how well my face was beat to the gods. I already was a person who was into fashion, hair, and makeup. I was already a person who loved, being a woman. I've always loved everything about being a woman. So I knew that it had to be more than just,
how shapely this is and how big that is and how cute this is and how fine that is and how sexy that is.
Maybe those things had a little bit to do with the attraction. But what I'm saying is I knew that it was so much more than that, because that I was not lacking. I always thought that I was cute. Even in all that, there were some key ingredients that I was missing. I guess you could say I was like a cake, a beautiful cake with no sugar. Now, who wants a cake with no sugar? Or maybe I was like a pizza with no sauce, or maybe even a car with no wheels. Now, what you gonna do with a car with no wheels? So without learning, actually investing in your self-development, you are this beautiful object with some missing ingredient. So one of the things that we'll be doing at Recover is working and developing from the inside out. So I can already hear somebody asking now,
are you married and do you have a high quality man?
Yes, I am married, and yes, I have a high quality man. But marriage is really not where I learned this information. As I said, I took time to self-develop way before I even met my husband. There's a metaphor that says, prepare for war in times of peace. Not that I'm trying to compare my marriage to a war, but the point that I'm making is you don't get into something and then try to prepare for it. So my preparation and my coming up and my self-development happened way before I even met my husband. So it's actually funny. Recover in itself kind of happened by accident. So being a woman, I quite naturally have a lot of friends and acquaintances that I talk to. And we women, our favorite topic is men. I'm just kidding. But a lot of times we get into these conversations, we share, how men have broke our hearts, or we're having a hard time moving or getting past it. And a lot of times our self-esteem is, been affected. So there's just so many things that affect us in so many different ways. So in talking with my friends and acquaintances, it kind of seemed like I had all the answers. I don't have all the answers, but I had the answers to their questions. So Recover kind of just happened. And before I knew it, I was spending large amounts of time on the phone just talking to people and trying to help them get over their broken hearts and push them and give them what they needed to rebuild their self-esteem up. And I was dealing with people like I had a whole clientele, but I wasn't charging yet. Did y'all hear me say yet? Anyway, after dealing with this group of people, they are the ones that actually encouraged me to really come out with this information. They were like, Ivory, there's so many women who need to know this information. It's so many people that this information will help. So after considering it, I decided that I would push myself and kind of come out of my little comfort zone and share this wealth of information that I've learned over the years. I will admit, at first, the information that's learned here, all these tools and the secrets, are kind of a tough concept to grasp. At first, it'll seem like, what is she talking about? Is this woman out of her mind? I just don't see how any of this will work. After a while, You will see yourself developing into this person that you never knew was in there. And on top of that, you will have so much game because your girl gonna put you up on game. Another thing that I should mention is that this group is formed and targeted for the woman of color. Actually, I should just be blunt and just put it out there. This group is formed and tailored for the so-called black woman. And the reason why I say the so-called black woman is because I'm not black. This is black. This is black. My kabuki brush is black. This comb is black. But I'm not black. We are not black. The people who share my hue are not black. We are a beautiful brown. But no, in all seriousness, the reason why this class is formed and targeted for the so-called black woman is because you do even a little statistical study, you will find that black women are the least married women in this country. And then if you dig even a little deeper, you will find out that once the so-called black woman has been divorced, the chance of remarriage, it plummets. It seems like the other groups of women already have this information. It seems to me that they already know. So I thought it was very important to tailor this group for the so-called black woman. So before I close, I just want to recap. Recover is a place where women are going to learn how to recover from them broken hearts, whatever is holding you back, low self-esteem. It could be feeling of inadequacy. It could be a lack of not really feeling like you have a grasp on fashion. It could be shyness. It could be any number of things. Here, we're gonna grow and we're gonna make it happen. In your development, you will become a woman who is not just physically beautiful, but from the inside out, you will be more alluring. You will be more captivating. You will be more feminine. You will be more well-spoken. You will be more confident. You will be softer, but not a doormat. You will be someone with high standards. You'll be someone with definite boundaries. In all areas of your life, you will see growth. It's not just about getting a man. I already know, over the years, we've got these women who are like kind of hardcore. I don't want no man. I don't need no man. Can't no man do nothing for me. Not really talking to you. We're talking about women who want to develop. We're really talking about women who know that, hey, there's something missing. There's an epidemic of our men. And when I say our men, let me be clear, because I saw a meme somewhere that said, the black man does not belong to the black woman. Okay. So when I say our men, I'm not really talking about men belonging to us. I'm talking about men who are a part of this group, African American man or the black man, or however you want to call it. I understand and realize that there's an epidemic of a lot of our men marrying out of the group. For that matter, there's a lot of women marrying out of the group as well. This group is not so much focusing on that. However, I do want to do a session about some of the things that we as women, as black women, can do to kind of add to our attractiveness and not take away. Because let's face it, there are some things that we are doing to cause ourselves to be less attractive when we are in our masculinity. There are times that we do have to perform with a masculine act. But that doesn't mean that you have to act like a man or that we have to be argumentative, disagreeable. Those characteristics are opposite of feminine. And when you're opposite of your feminine, then you are repelling masculinity. You're not bringing masculinity to you, you're repelling it. So these are some of the things that we want to work on. So if you would like to be a part of this group, if you think this is something that could help you, move to the next level of your life, if you think that this is something that could be beneficial to you in any way, or if you know someone who you think could use this information, please share this video. To join, only thing that you would need to do is click on the link, whether it's below or above, wherever it is, click on the link and just ask to be a member of this group, and I will go ahead and accept you. Hopefully I won't have to reject you. Remember, this group is for women. You could be married, you could be single. It doesn't really matter the age. You should just be of a dating age. Even if you've developed into the beautiful person that you want to be, maybe you could just learn a little bit more about game. Maybe you can just learn so that you can tell your daughters. Maybe you can learn a little bit more so that you can share with your sisters. And maybe you could just learn so that you can know a little bit better how to deal with that man you already got. Whatever the case is, I am so looking forward to seeing you in this group. We are going to have so much fun learning and growing together. This will not just be an opportunity for me to teach, but for me to learn and grow as well. We will be teaching and learning and bouncing ideas off of each other. We're going to be going live once a week and maybe even twice a week. We'll be having live broadcasts, and it's going to be interactive. I'm going to be bringing you guys right in on the conversations. We'll have homework, such as there's a couple of shows that I kind of want everybody to view. These shows actually have some great examples of what I think we women should aspire to be, and there's some examples of the type of characteristics that I think we should absolutely avoid in trying to develop yourself into being a high quality woman. Surveys that we're going to be doing and talking to men one-on-one, and we'll come together and share our findings. We're going to have fashion tips and hair tips and makeup tips. There's a lot of people out there who are entrepreneurs and different ways that we can help each other and women to come up. We're going to be sharing all of that. So there's going to be a lot of self-development opportunities. But don't forget about the game that y'all going to know. You're going to be so much further ahead. And when you think about it, if you're developing and you're learning and you're growing, and then there's women who are just uninterested, I don't need that, or I don't care about that. Just think about how much further in life you'll be. And this doesn't even have to be for necessarily attracting a man. This can be self-development for the workplace, for your professional life, for your friends, your family, and just for overall just developing yourself to just be a wonderful person. So I'm going to go ahead and end here. Again, if you'd like to be a part of the group, just go ahead and send a request to be added to the group. I'm going to be going live. I'm thinking since everybody pretty much is going to be home on Christmas, I will probably do a live Christmas evening. These are some of the upcoming topics that I have for you. Number 1, don't panic. This is going to be a session about the do's and don'ts when he breaks up with you. The reason why I even thought a topic like this was needed was because I know that there are a few people, probably more than I even know, are kind of like dealing with a breakup. And sometimes if you're dealing with a breakup, you don't even know what to do. And sometimes when you're dealing with a breakup, you can't even focus. It's hard to focus. You know, sometimes these things hit you so hard, it's hard to even focus on how to even listen to anybody tell you how to come out of it. Sometimes these breakups are so devastating that you don't even know where or how to begin building yourself. So the first one is don't panic. These are the do's and don'ts of when he breaks up with you. Number 2, why you will regret being his ride or die chick. Number 3, this is very controversial, but why the concept of falling in love is ruining your life. So I will see you sisters, cousins, and friends on the other platform. So until then, I love you guys. Mwah.